Ladies, I love y'all. I promise I do. I promise I do. So y'all know big sis gonna always keep it a buck. Y'all be talking about y'all want good men, y'all want husbands, and y'all want y'all person, but y'all walking around with these stank attitudes. Don't no man want no angry woman. And y'all can call me what y'all want, but y'all know I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. Don't no man want no angry woman all the time. You just walking around with an attitude 24/7, 365, 366 on a leap year, and you just think a man gonna be like, yes, I'm finna marry her, I'm finna wife her. No. I don't care how good that man is, I don't care how fine you are, I don't care how big your butt is. That ain't gonna save that attitude. I promise you it ain't gonna save it. Y'all, gotta do better. Y'all gotta do better, I promise you. And it's not about just getting a man, it's about just going through life. Y'all be really going through life with these stank attitudes and be wondering why things go the way that they go for y'all. Get it together.
Men are genuinely so simple. It's women who make this complicated. Speak to his ego. And I know that there's going to be a lot of people that are like, ew, gross, why would I do that? Because when you speak to a man's ego, what happens in his body is that testosterone is released. When testosterone is flowing in a man's body, he feels good. He feels on top of the world. That's the hormone that they want to feel, right? And if he feels good, especially when he's around you, guess what he's going to crave? Being around you more. Now, you don't have to take my advice for this. You can try it out for yourself. I will tell you, I'm Haley. I'm a feminine energy coach, and I do know a little tidbit about what I'm talking about. If you want to transform your life in 8 weeks or less, to get you into the relationship that you're deserving of, comment or DM me the word moon down below. Examples of how to speak to a man's ego. He's telling you that he's had a really hard day. Babe, I'm so sorry to hear that your day has been so hard. I'm so proud of the ways that you show up, the resiliency and the strength that you have to overcome.
These women don't care nothing about what a man cares about. They don't care nothing about, and you don't even have to stroke his ego. It just be a nice human being. The same thing that y'all are asking for, like respect, y'all are not willing to give a man unless he buys y'all a $500 dinner off rip.
This is too true. I just want to talk about this. Ain't no way I'm as hot as that girl. But when I was like just 19 and when I went to the club, everybody and everyone's mom was touching me. It was so gross. I literally walk away and there'd be like, what? There'd be men that'd be like, why the f walking away from me? But this year and last year when I went to the club, no matter how hot I looked, no matter how much boobs I showed, no matter how much skin tight clothes I was wearing, no matter how much makeup I was wearing, no man was hitting on me. Not that I want men to hit on me, but no one was hitting on me at all. Like, it was crazy. And like, I just wonder what changed. Like, genuinely, I wonder what changed.
This video is for every girl on this app who's currently in her 20s and dating. This is part 3 of sisterly advice from your resident 30-something. This is not meant to be advice for how to find your husband. However, this is good advice for how to have fun while dating. So without further ado, stop waiting on guys to approach you. God, easier said than done, right? I'm in my 30s and I still struggle with this when I'm out. But if you're out and you see someone who you think might be cute, go talk to them. Do you know how many times I've spent out making eyes with a guy, I turn around for a second and he's gone? I wasted my whole night flirting with a guy and he didn't even say anything to me. As if I don't have my own agency, as if I can't walk over there and say, hey, what's your name? You know why I like that one? It's harmless. If a guy has a girlfriend, he'll find a way to mention her. Politely, usually, it'll be like, oh, my girlfriend has a necklace like that. He'll mention it. Odds are, though, if he's out with his friends since a Saturday or Friday night, he's probably single. I don't know why when I was in my 20s, I didn't realize that was an option. What do I say after that? So easy. I like to ask for their age. Again, I'm in my 30s, and I do be thinking that 26-year-olds are cute, so I've got to ask for their age. Otherwise, I'm talking to someone who was in 7th grade when I was graduating high school. After age, or if you don't like age, ask where they're from. I love this one, especially if you're in like a major city. Most people aren't from there, they're transplants. And if he has half a brain, he'll be able to pick up the conversation from there and run with it. The takeaway from this is, if you're in your 20s and you think someone's cute, go talk to them, start the conversation. If you have a good conversation and you want to see him again, ask for his number. I think it's totally fine to initiate interest. Then leave it up to him to pursue you after that. In conclusion, if you're in your 20s and you're going out and you see someone you think is cute, stop waiting on them to come up to you. Maybe he thinks you're so pretty that you must have a boyfriend, so he's not gonna even try. If you wanna see what someone's about, go introduce yourself. Okay, love you.
I'm just gonna say it because I don't think anyone else is saying it. We need to rebrand singles events. Okay, there are some that are cute. There are, but majority of them are not sound so cute. And majority of them sound enticing, and then you get there and it's like not the vibe. Okay, I've had multiple friends now tell me when they're going to singles events, because I've become like the designated single person that goes to all the things and tells you if they're good or not. And I've had multiple friends now go to multiple singles events around the city, and they were awful. And I just feel like that shouldn't be the norm. Like, it shouldn't be like you have to find like the one singles event that's good. The majority should be good. We gotta figure something out, because I'm telling you, like right now, I do understand why that is the most tempting way to meet somebody in person, because you know automatically like the people there are going to be single, they're looking, but like it's not, I don't know if it's doing what it needs to do. I think we got to figure out how to get singles events to hit the way we need them to hit. You know what I mean?
If a woman is saying that singles events are terrible and it's marketed towards women, we in bad shape. And y'all wonder why men stay inside.
Y'all want to know another thing I'm tired of? And I'm just going to put this out here, because I'm a church girl and I'm a Christian girl. But I'm about tired of the church, and I've been tired. So this is just me just finally talking about it. But I'm tired of the church hosting singles events. Just let it go, bro. Like, let it go. We already know whatever you finna tell us. Okay? We already know that. The reality of it is God's timing. Yeah, I think y'all shouldn't spend so much time on targeting singles. I think we should just have like women's ministry, men's ministry, and you teach and train and equip people on how to just be solid individuals. I think that should be the focus versus single and married, because the married folks talking to the single folks, their marriage is a hot mess, or it appears to be whatever it is, or it could be good. I'm gonna throw that out there. We had a good marriage, but that don't have nothing to do with my single self or nobody else that's single. Focus on the women's mental health, emotional health, spiritual health, and the men's mental health, emotional health, spiritual health, relational health, just how you relate to one another. I think if we invested more time in that, we would have healthy people in general. So it really wouldn't matter if you are single or if you are married, because I know through the work that I do, through all of the coaching and counseling that I've been doing over the years, these married folks need help on how to be a man and how to be a woman. They need help on how to be a person, how to treat another person. Like, they just don't know these things, but they got a ring on their finger. So my suggestion for the church would be bring back the women's ministries and the men's ministries, and just focus on that, and really dive into that, and do deep work in there. But stop trying to tell single folks that we over it.
A lot of these churches are probably continuing to put on singles events because singles continue to ask for singles events, where they continue to learn the same thing. And some of you ladies aren't learning anything. That's why they got to keep on putting them on.
I hate to say this while we in Pride Month, but I'm seeing the 6'3", 6'4", they fine, big and fine, light booty. Out of all the things in the world, booty is your choice.
This is so true. Unless you're some big influencer or celebrity or in the public eye, there's no way of actually knowing how many men a woman has been with. And this is why this conversation isn't really had in real life, because most women who do, and I use very loosely, or have a past, they're very discreet with it. At least the smart ones are. And as quiet as it's kept, if they find out, as long as it isn't one of their boys and they don't know all the details, they will accept it. I promise you. Because this is how twisted their mind is. You could have slept with one guy. One. But if it's someone they know, you're done. You're done. But if you slept with 42 men within the year and he doesn't know any of them and there's no concrete evidence, only speculation, they will accept it. I promise you. They will act like it never happened. And before y'all even start, no, I'm not encouraging women to around, because before you know it, the people are going to be in my comment section talking about Dosa Pink is encouraging women to around. She's encouraging women to sleep around. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. The whole reason I made that video is because men love to get online and act like women who have a past are just undesirable and life is just over for them. But that's simply not true. Same thing applies to baby mamas. They swear up and down they don't like single moms. They swear up and down they don't like women with kids, but that's a lie too, and we'll talk about that in another video.
I mean, all of this is just speculation and just theoretical, because these women nowadays want everybody to know what they're doing. We can go online and see exactly what she's been up to and make the decision not to be bothered with.
Okay, this might be an unpopular opinion, but I don't see anything wrong with dressing for the male gaze. I don't. I'm not a lesbian. Why would I want to dress for women? No offense. If I'm attracted to men, why wouldn't I dress or want to dress in a way that attracts men? Explain me that. If I am single, I want to attract men. Doesn't it make sense to dress in ways that they like and in ways that they appreciate? If I'm looking for a man, I enjoy their validation. Not that I need it. Not that I need it, because I got the confidence, you know. However, a girl enjoys a compliment. How do you get those compliments? You dress in a way that they like. I see nothing wrong with that. Why wouldn't I want to do that? And before you come at me for being anti-feminist, relax. I don't care what other people do. I'm just saying I see nothing wrong with it. Why wouldn't I dress to attract the gender that I am attracted to? I don't mind. I like when they look at me. Why wouldn't I want them to look at me? I cannot be the only one. I can't.
I don't know who needs to hear this, and I hope this reaches the right person, but your soulmate is not in America, okay? Listen, almost a year ago, I moved to Dubai. I left behind everything familiar. I knew absolutely no one in this country. I've never stepped foot in this country. I had no idea what to expect. All that I knew was that I could not stay put in America dating the same American men, no shade, that think that they're the prize, that want to go 50-50, and that think treating a woman right means that they're a simp. If I had to go on one more date with a man like that, I was gonna lose all hope in society. When you are terrified of making a step, but in your gut you know you need to leave, listen to that little voice. For a little bit of validation, I downloaded the app Astra and I asked it, is Dubai a good place for me to move? And it was the one city that was highlighted in all of the things that I wanted to get out of this next chapter of my life. It being a really good place for love, family, career, etc. Whether you believe that or not, everything changed since I've gotten here. I'll be the first to admit though that not everyone here is Prince Charming. There's a lot of BS that you gotta sift through. But meeting different types of men from different backgrounds, different cultures, has opened my mind up so much to realize that the rest of the world doesn't have the what do you bring to the table mindset. They actually see women as valuable, and taking care of women is at the top of their mind. I decided to leave my comfort zone. Everything expanded. My career, my finances, friendships, the people that I'm meeting. I just feel like I would have never gotten this experience had I stayed in America. I think you're meant for it might be waiting for you in a completely new country.
You know, this sounds really familiar. Passport bros. And y'all be shaming them.
This is why I can't stand meeting people on the trail. I'm out walking with Sasha. This guy rides his bike straight in front of me as I'm turning the corner of this trail. I take my AirPod out and he says, "Oh, hey, I saw you walking on the trail." And I told myself if I see you again, I would stop and say hi. I was like, okay, hi. And he was like, "Yeah, I just saw you, you know, you just look so carefree and you and your dog just look like having a great time." He asks if he can take me out sometime. He was like, "Maybe we can go get a coffee." I told him I only drink coffee when I work. He said, "Wow, really?" I said, "Yep." And he says, "What do you drink when you're not at work? Matcha?" I said, "No, maybe have a cocktail at like Roosevelt Room or Powder Room." He was like, "Oh wow, yeah, Powder Room is nice." I said, "Yeah, or maybe I'll go eat at Uchi or Red Ash." He goes, "Wow, those are nice places. You like fancy things." I told him, "Yes, I like eating nice things and drinking nice things at nice places." He goes, "Maybe we could start with a coffee." Huh? This ain't the flea market, sir. You do not determine your price around these parts. And at this point, I probably should have told him, "You're done." I said, "No, I don't drink coffee unless I'm working." Why am I having to repeat myself? He said, "Oh, okay, well, take my number down and we can go eat a nice dinner somewhere." So now I'm debating, do I just ghost him Or do I give him an explanation because I'll probably see him on the trail again? But also, this is why I don't like meeting people on the trail, because they think just because you're out on the trail walking that you're low maintenance. No, sir, I'm getting my 10 to 15K steps every day. Do not let the exercise fit fool you. I like nice things.
6.5 hours later.
See, this is the kind of rhetoric that is designed to scare women into lowering their standards. Let me be clear, if your biggest issue is spending $100 on a date, your problems are bigger than your love life. And you don't walk into a Mercedes-Benz dealership asking for used Honda prices. You don't fly private jet and complain about the price of flying. Don't say, this is why y'all don't have more customers. Not everything is for everyone. And that's okay. That's why I always encourage men to date within your means. Because the truth is, what one man won't do, many men will. And I feel like that's what drives some men crazy, because they don't have the same amount of options. Let's be clear about something else. Having a man in your life is not a prize, especially if he's terrorizing your peace or adding zero value. It doesn't take much to keep a man. If I've already built a lifestyle for myself, there's no way I'm letting a man come into my life and drain that. The truth is, when you have higher standards, your pool becomes smaller. But life for me is about quality over quantity. And there should always be a high barrier to entry into your life. Not everyone deserves your time. May the best man win.
Well, I guess the thing that I and most men think about is y'all be thinking that y'all are private jets. When you're an Accord, you're a Honda Accord. Y'all can be a nice Honda Accord. Very nice. Spacious, roomy, a nice ride, all of those things, but y'all want to be a Mercedes. Y'all want to be a Bentley. You don't need to be a Bentley. You are not that, and it's okay. There are very few people in the world that own Bentleys. Not everybody can be a Bentley. If everybody had it, then it wouldn't be so expensive. At the risk of sounding harsh and critical, you are an everyday run-of-the-mill Camry. Camrys are good, dependable cars. People are talking about keeping those things for 20, 30 years. Hundreds of thousands of miles on them. But they're good cars if you take care of them. Right? It's no shame in being that. They look good, sleek, stylish. They have certain packages that you can add on to them. There's no shame in that. You don't have to be a luxury vehicle, a high-end vehicle, a Rolls Royce. You're not that. Well, I go shop at Lululemon. You are not a Bentley. I go shop for my undergarments and my cologne or my perfume. I get it over here. You are not a private jet. You are an Accord. Maybe the upgraded and highest trim, but you are an Accord, a Camry. Some of you guys are a Corolla. Be happy with that.
Women will complain about where all the good men have went, yet they're the same ones always choosing the same men that are out there to use them. When you're asking where have all these good men went, instead you should be asking yourself, why am I not going for these good men? Why am I looking in places where there are only bad guys at? Is it because I'm so comfortable being with these manipulative guys that I don't want to give these nice guys a chance because I may find it unattractive how they're willing to do a lot of things to make me happy, and instead I would want a guy that is more selfish and all about himself, because to me it looks like a strong and masculine figure. Follow me.
Ladies, I'm going to do you, single ladies, I'm going to do you the biggest favor of your life. If you're looking for a very specific type of man, if you're interested in that, if you're looking for, middle-aged, blue-collar, general contractor, handyman with gray hair, tight jeans, baseball hat, probably on backwards, you're going to want to go to Lowe's on a weekday in the morning. This is where they are. I've been sitting in the parking lot for about 30 minutes while my husband's in there doing Lord knows what. I don't know what he's looking for. And I don't know, at least a half dozen zaddies are walking around, getting in and out of their trucks. This is where they are. So either sit in the parking lot or even go inside and be like, I'm looking for a project. I want to build a birdhouse. And they're going to tell you what to do. They're going to show you what you need. Spoiler alert, what you really need is in his pants.
I guess the only complaint that I have, it's nitpicky, but this stuck out to me. You talking about zaddies, right? Instead of saying, man, there's some cute guys up here, women. Y'all come up here and see what you can find. You have a husband now, and you're talking about zaddies. It's kind of similar to a man saying, oh man, she's super hot. Oof, she's smoking. Do you think that you would like your husband to say that about other women, even though he finds them extremely attractive? Probably not. I know it's probably nitpicky, but I'm just saying.
Women, y'all gotta stop putting all the good men in the categories with the bad men, because not every man cheats, and a lot of women consider it so much that they believe in themselves. They getting on here saying, oh, you tripping if you think you're gonna find a man that's faithful. Or every man is a cheater. It's a part of a man's nature. No, when I get in a relationship with my man, I know my man ain't gonna be no cheater. And don't tell me, oh, you don't know how he gonna be. Every man's a cheater. Oh, men cheat. I know you lying. When I find my husband and I find my man gonna be faithful. To the women, you know, every man don't cheat. Every man that you're running into cheats. Everywhere that you're looking at is at a bunch of cheaters. Maybe you need to look elsewhere. But I know that when I find my man, he gonna say no to all you broads. And y'all gonna want him even more than ever. But y'all not gonna be able to have him.
All right, fellas, one more question for the night. What are you looking for in a woman? Like, genuine, be honest, even if we don't want to hear it. What do you want?
Women, where do you find good men? Here is a pro tip. They are at Lowe's, and they are at Home Depot. They are not at the bars, okay? Good men are not out at the bars drinking. They're just not. If there is a product that you would normally go to Target to get that Lowe's sells, go to Lowe's and chat up people. Just say hi. How you doing? How's this? How's that? If you see a good-looking fella and he doesn't have a ring on his finger, ask him where something is. Because you probably don't know. I don't know. I don't know where anything in Lowe's is. Now I have a husband for that, right? I don't go to Lowe's very often. But that's where they are.
Single man. Single man. If you want to be married, just listen to me real quick, please. Just one thing I need you to remember. So my car, something happened to it. I don't know. It was doing something. I told my husband. Next thing I know, he said, babe, do not drive the car. And he's over there fixing it. I don't know what's wrong with it, okay? But he's fixing it. If you plan to be a husband, I'm going to need you to be these two types of different husbands, okay? These two. You either have to be the husband that know how to fix the vehicle when it breaks down, fix whatever breaks down in the house, or you have a wallet where you can pick up a phone and call somebody and pay them to fix it. You got to be either one, but you can't be neither one. You got to be one or the other, because your wife, your kids are going to depend on you to fix it, to handle it. The moment something happened to my car, I went straight to my husband. The answer, to fix it. And now I'm in another truck. He put me in another truck and I'm going on about my business. Okay? I'm living that wife life because my husband got me. He protected me. He covered me. He fixing it. I don't know what's wrong with it. I don't know what it needs. And I don't care. I don't even want to care. I don't even want to care. That's not my lane. So your wife gonna need you to fix some things. Please don't look at her to fix it. Please. We're gonna need you to be one or the other. The man that fixes it, or the man that pays for it to get fixed. Somebody say, praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Okay? I love you. You're gonna be a great man. But just make sure you're prepared for these marriage streets, baby. I love you. I'm your girl, Mrs. Toy Banks, the world's most satisfied wife. Come on, husband, future husband. You got this.
Great advice. And what I would say is a lot of times men do this type of work, but it gets put off to the side. Oh, as every so often. But that every so often, even if it is that's a lie, by the way. But that every so often that some of these ladies are saying is a huge every so often. And that every so often can cost you thousands of dollars, which it does. And now you be on the street trying to have a GoFundMe trying to put in Cash App and Venmos in your links and your bios, trying to help people pay for that $5,000 every so often that y'all said y'all was going to be able to make a call for, and you don't need men. This is the type of stuff that men have to deal with. This is the type of stuff that men have to do on a regular and frequent basis. That's what car maintenance is. But y'all don't give men credit for that.
Okay, so boom. I got a question, y'all. My question is, why are all the good men taking? Why are all the good men taking? I just went on a lunch date with an amazing guy. Just amazing. He's an amazing guy. But it was a work lunch date, y'all. It wasn't a real date. It was a work lunch date. Guy's amazing. Blue collar guy, working, doing his thing. You know, used to be a bad kid, but came up, found his way. He's married. He's married. Girl, just rocking his ring. Just rocking his ring at the lunch date. Let me call it. It was a business date. It wasn't even no lunch date. It was a business date. Took me to the California Fish Grill and shit. To all my young girls that's in their 20s and their 30s. Get you a man, okay? Get you a man. God damn, don't wait around. You be like me where it's just shit in the dating pool and you got to go on lunch business dates with married man, but can't get a real date. Welcome to the 40s and over TikTok. But, oh my gosh, that's just my rant for today, y'all. I just want to know, why are all the good men taken? Because they good men. Jesus, you did not give us enough good men for how many good women you made on this earth. We're going to have to do something, Lord. We're going to have to conjure up something. Make us some robots or aliens or something. Send us something. Because we need some good men down here. But yeah, he's a good man. Shout out to his wife, because she did that. Oh, sis, you did that. You did that.
Sisters, the roosters are coming home. Everything you did is finna come back on you, because they have people in place government-wise to show you we used you to destroy the village. Now we really have no use for you no more. Your daddy ain't there. Your husband ain't there. Your son is raised wrong. Your daughter is watching you work. You have done what we wanted you to do well in destroying the village. The father of your child is probably in court with you over nothing. You ate from the forbidden tree. You went and used a system that destroys you to destroy your family. And now they have no use for you. Remember all the female black mayors and everything that was happening and all like that?
Yeah.
They ain't got no use for that shit no more. I see the girl. We are the most educated. Yes, they sold you a degree that ain't finna be worth. Yeah, you who have aged out and fell for the suckers in destroying your village, your family, and yourselves, the only thing you can do is try to tell your children, don't do what I did. All you women 40, 50, 60, it's over for you. You need to explain to your children, don't do what I did. Don't go around here talking about you don't need a man publicly. Don't go around bashing men for the most part publicly, because all these women who are on the internet for bashing men, there's a record of it, and I think we need to keep a record of these women in case they try to act like they something different later on. I'm talking about the moral people of the world. You have to be aware of these women that's out for self, not for the village, because they are about to find themselves back in the village with the villagers and the fronting like you rich, the fronting like all this is finna be over. I'm telling you, most of my sisters are broke than a mother. Just like most of my brothers are broke. But the sisters was acting like they not broke, holding up drinks on an island that they got there with a buddy pass and all that. No, it's finna be time during this administration where this man is literally pouring out all the fish in the pond and letting you see him try to live with no air. He's taking your income away. What jobs do you think will be available for us? When I say us, I'm talking about people of color. What jobs are going to be available for us in the future? You got to learn how to cook again.
And back to wet nursing.
Say it again.
It's going to be tough to get a wet nurse job with fake. That's bad for the baby.
I just find it very telling that on a portion of what he was just speaking about, we literally 3 to 5 minutes prior to just watched a woman prove his point at 46 or 40 plus years old, trying to tell women how she made the mistake in her 20s and how she has a daughter in her arms, trying to tell all the other women not to be a fool like she was early on at her age. And I mean, this is my own perspective, but I feel like she's dealing with a different amount of stress being in her 40s, dealing with an infant, dealing with a toddler, probably even at one point an infant. And I just find it very telling the fact that we go from that video to this video, and this was not planned because I sent that pregnant video earlier today. Right?
I sent it too. You don't think Alan put that together?
You sent that one too?
Yes.
What, Corey's? Or
the pregnant one.
The woman.
You sent the pregnant one?
Yes.
I didn't see it.
I saw that in the chat. I didn't click it.
Let's not.
But I'm just saying. All I'm saying is,
I'm letting y'all know right now. She's triggered. She did not like what Corey Holcomb said, and she don't like what Rico is saying right now. She is triggered. You can tell because that wig is starting to stand up.
I find it very telling that bing, boom, and then there's a ideology, and then there is a real proven example happening in the moment.
I can look at my friend group. Like, all of us cannot be aberrations.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yes, the hell you can. I mean,
that was the wildest. Like, where did that logic come from?
Hey, ladies, let's have a conversation. So, a lot of women, I've been hearing this as a topic. A lot of women have been saying, oh, there's no good man love. I can't find a good man. But in all reality, it's a lot of good men left. I was having a conversation with a guy the other day, and he was telling me, it was a black man, a black affluent man, very wealthy or whatever, and he was telling me how when he go out in public, he get ugly stares from the black community, the black women. They look at him crazy when he's out with his white woman. And he was like, I don't understand why they're looking at me crazy when the black women that are looking at him crazy didn't want him in high school. Y'all were looking at him crazy because he was going to go study. He was the nerd. He was a geek. He wasn't the guy that was going to frat parties. He wasn't very popular. But then he was like, everything kind of changed once he ended up playing, like he became an athlete and he was finna go pro. He was like, he was finna go pro, but he ended up getting injured or whatever. He wasn't lying. He showed me everything. So he ended up, was finna go pro, and he was like, it wasn't until he was finna go pro that black women started finding him attractive. He was like, but Becky and them, sorry, no offense, Becky and them was liking him before he was finna go pro. They was liking him. They was vibing with him. They was vibing with the smart man. So with that being said, a lot of women, y'all passing up on the good men in y'all prime days. Y'all passing up these men in college and in high school because he's not your ideal man. He's not the man. Oh, he's not the future. Y'all want Russell Wilson, but y'all looking at Future. Y'all seeing, oh, he's driving a nice car. He got on jewelry. He got on designer. All of that is cool, but when it comes down to it, what type of man are you really attracting? You're passing up over the good guy because, oh, he makes $25 an hour. So you're like, oh, I don't want this man You think that you're above him when you're on Section 8. You got 3 to 4 or 5 different baby daddies. You're a masculine woman. You don't even fit the qualities to be dating this man now. Now you're hitting him up, hey big head, and you see that he don't want you, or now he got a white girlfriend, and now you're trying to talk down on him. But you was the same person that was denying him in high school. But now because he got money, or he's of a certain caliber, you want him now? You didn't want him then, so keep having the same energy. You're mad because you see that the next woman want him. So what was he supposed to do? Just be single or become a stepfather to your bad bastard kids? I'm not understanding. Why do a lot of you women sit up here, pass up on the good guy just because he's a nerd, he's lame? Because you want temporary fun? You want fun? You want a guy who got 3, 4 different baby mamas, or that isn't good, he's a beta male, or he just overall, and you want him, you want the temporary fun and leisure over the guy that's going to give you the lifestyle that you want. How does that work? How are you going to find a good man? If that man couldn't provide the other women he slept around with, or his baby moms, with that lifestyle, what makes you think he's going to give it to you? Sorry ladies, but yeah, what makes you think he's going to give you that lifestyle if he couldn't provide the 3, 4, 5 different baby mamas that he got pregnant with that lifestyle, and the other women that he decided to date or mess around with? He couldn't provide them with that lifestyle. How is he going to give it to you? You guys be looking for qualities in the wrong man because, oh, I'm not attracted to this guy. Becky and them not dating off looks. They're not dating off fun. They're dating with intention. So if you want a good man, stop looking over that good man for temporary fun. Temporary fun only gonna get you so much. Yeah, it's cool, it's fun. It's nice being able to date a certain dude or whatever, but after all said and done, you're gonna be washed up in your 30s talking about, I don't need a man, when whole time you know deep down inside you need a man and want a man, but you can't get the man that you want because you was too busy choosing the wrong man. And for the women that's my age, younger, date with intention. Don't spend your 20s being a thought and a bop. Have your little fun, I get it, but don't be sitting up here getting pregnant, becoming a teen mom, spending your whole college days roaming around being a whore. It's no fun being a whore. Because when you wake up 30 years in your 30s or years later and you have no man and your looks and your youth is gone, don't get mad when you see that man that you wanted dating a white woman, any other caliber of woman, or younger women. He don't want you anymore, sis. He wanted you in your prime days. He wanted you when you were slimmer. And a lot of us have to start taking care of ourselves. Slim down. I'm working on that. That's one thing I'm working on. Get in the gym, start eating right. Stop eating all this fried food and take care of yourself. Take care of your skin, ladies. Take care of your body. Men age gracefully, a lot of them. Women age faster than men. We don't have the same equality in life men do. Men can still be 70 years old and bag that 21-year-old or that 22. You can't do that. He don't want you. He's going to use you for fun, but he's going to go marry and settle down with that young, beautiful woman. So don't spend your 20s wasting it on dumb stuff. Date with intention. If you know you want to get married, you want to be a stay-at-home wife, or whatever it is that you want, date with intention. Date the man that's for you. Stop choosing the future over Russell. Russell is going to give you the lifestyle you want. Future is going to give you a baby. Choose wisely. Have a good rest of your day.
You know, a lot of these women don't have they don't want to take accountability. They don't want to say to people that they made the mistake. that their intuition is always believe your gut. Always believe this, always believe that. And sometimes your gut is wrong. If y'all are saying a man's logic is wrong, your gut is not always right. Sometimes it's going to be wrong, especially when there's a lot of you guys getting, as you say, taken down, messed around with by these men. How are these men continuing to get past your security system? Every single time, every day is happening. How is it happening? How are good men scrolling past y'all, just walking past y'all, and y'all are asking where are all the good men at? Just walk by you. Just there's another one that walked by you. And that's why you have videos like, oh, we're looking for husbands in Home Depot because they say they're going to be. Oh, we're looking for husbands in Lowe's because they say they're going to be. Oh, we're going to the grocery store now. That's in trend. Oh, we're going to the gym now because that's in trend. Oh, we're going to parks and public places and the gas stations. And I learned that you go to church and you get, because y'all's intuition is off. Y'all's gut feeling is off. Y'all got to follow somebody else and what somebody else is telling you. Right? I'm not saying it's always wrong, but the way you try to make it seem like you know everything, it's not going to work. Y'all need to be listening to dudes in your life that can point out and say, that is not a good dude. Stay away from him. Well, he's this, he's that. I don't think he's a good dude. Stay away from him. Outside of a dude being racist or prejudiced or having some ulterior motive, which that's possible, most of the time, dad just wants to protect you. That's it.